pastime activities. And welcome back to the Devils of the West game. Last we left, a rootin' tootin', cowboy shooting, cow pokes. You all had just gotten done starting to deal with a little bit of a bug problem. On a kind of tramway cable car, you fought a swarm of horrific, hook-clawed, throat-climbing in, nasty little bugs, one of which got inside your good friend over here. With the clever use of strong liquor, you were able to seemingly stop that from being a life-ending threat. And also,
you owe me a favor.
Gasping awake at the very end of last session was our good friend Grimes here. Gasping awake, you gasp awake to like the worst stomach ache you've ever felt, and the sound of chittering fast approaching. And we're going to just immediately pull cards because that's where we're at.
Started off fast.
Not a bad start.
Oh, and now he immediately starts pulling the bullshit.
Flat-footed on this one.
Can I pull from whatever?
You can pull from wherever you'd like. It's not going to stop from being 2.
It's a 10!
Yeah,
Fuck you.
10? Wow, 10? That almost beats a jack.
No!
2 cards now.
You do.
Whatever.
7.
Say
2 off the top. Let's see it.
2 off the top. All right. 2 up top. Queen. There you go.
Scene it is. Unless you choose to say,
Cowabunga it is.
Cowabunga.
you've cowed your last bunga.
Hey!
Hey! Cousin, let's go the ring.
That was a king of context.
Good thing I took.
I believe the king is the first.
No, it's the 7.
I'm not one to
Oh,
know
okay.
that here now.
Okay, I'll go first then.
Your math is fucking.
An excellent run.
Got a mass communications degree.
Yeah.
You didn't get a math communications
Oh, he's fine at communicating bad. He just can't.
You just can't do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you
See
two
it,
got
Jack?
it.
Well, yeah.
So, I assume
And a sports
looking out
major.
from the window of this cable car, you see fast approaching the bug you saw before, the large chitinous bite, the big version of these other ones, the mama bug with the horrible belly, is skittering towards the car, and you can see trailing behind her what looks like a total of 5 smaller bugs. And when I say smaller bugs, I don't mean the like tarantula-sized ones that were in the cable car with you. I mean like small dog-sized ones, as opposed to like big dog-sized one that the mother is.
I don't like that.
And so you see it's a total of 6 skittering bugs fast approaching the car.
Wait, we've stopped, right?
Yeah,
We're
Yes,
not-
this is stopped up at the top of the
Okay.
mountain. And you can they seem to be like quickly crawling out from the opening of what's clearly a mine shaft.
I will prop my rifle up on the windowsill.
Okay.
Take a shot. What range? What range is this?
This range, I mean, it's fairly cramped and close up here. It's certainly within like the first range band of the rifle.
Okay, so it's only a +1.
It might be the second range band of like a 6 shooter, but it's the first.
Yeah,
range
this
of the
is
rifle.
a long range rifle. 6.
On the mama is going to hit.
Because I need a 4. Trying to remember how this system works. That is 7 damage.
Shaken, not stirred.
Oh, well, hopefully help everybody else out.
Hopefully. And I won't make you guys roll new fears because we already did that for the first, the most horrifying things right now. After that, I think there was a queen out there somewhere, right?
Yes, the
Queen.
it's our
Yeah,
it's our vampire
Yes,
friend.
Nice queen,
Nice
slay,
queen.
bitch,
Blood.
slay.
Does it have blood?
It's got guts.
Just weird.
Be like a spider and suck all the insides out of it.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Rather it didn't.
It's how we get back at you for making us fight something so horrible.
It's just a juice box. You can like look free something.
That's an 8.
That's an
Touch the bug, touch him hard.
Unfortunately, it does have bug. It does have blood, and its blood is more of the baby bugs. You suck all those into your stomach.
yeah. It's an 8.
An 8
They
will,
were very
with your gun,
gracious.
is shooting at 8 hits with 1 raise.
They
No, with his eyes. He's gonna stare at you.
Try, I suppose.
I'd rather raise first.
Queen slave, bitch. Slave the bugs.
That gives a 9 plus 1, 10.
9 plus 1 is 10 damage. Already shaken, so that should be enough.
To cause a wound.
She's got a toughness
What a
of 6.
wound.
Is that 2 wounds? Because it's a raise. 10 is a raise. So that
No,
should be
it's just the wound from the damage.
I'm saying he's doing 10 damage to something with 6 toughness.
Right.
That's already shaken.
So it just takes 1 wound.
It's still just 1 wound?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why would it be 2 though? Because it's 4 above.
Because it's you get a wound if it's shaken twice from a source of damage. That doesn't give an extra wound if it takes a wound from combat. Does that make
I like
sense?
that lady.
Not really, but I trust you.
The teacher or the
she takes a-
jazz.
Yeah, it won't take. It'll just take 1
Like,
wound because like the damage takes precedent over the like stacking.
Okay.
The like stacking chickens.
Okay.
We can look it up and see if it like
Like I said,
It's all good.
clarifies that, but I don't.
When
think it takes
we all died because it was 1 wound away from dying, I'll blame you.
Sure.
I believe that's the bug's turn.
that it is. The queen is unshaken, but does not get to act. The little bugs, though, are going to skitter along.
Uh-oh.
Why? little bug, I'd rather you didn't. Alright. These thick chitinous little bastards are gonna scatter in here. Hey, there's one for each of yous.
Yo.
Perfect.
No,
And just like that, Grimes and Bogus are down again.
They're going to try and...
Oh right, I don't have any wounds because I was soaking damage like a motherfucker.
I don't have any. I soaked all my damage.
Yeah, I mean,
These things are no joke when it comes to...
I got 1 wound for some weird reason.
I should just use my Benny last time.
And
My
one
last
Benny.
just for fun.
Oh,
You have to
Shit.
back to 3 dice.
that
One
dice is
dice.
gone forever.
It explodes.
So the first one is going
Just
against
like the
you.
chickens.
That's going to be a miss.
Those big chickens.
Against, I assume your parry is higher than 2.
Yeah.
Against Jeffress, a 2. Against Bogus, a 2.
Yes.
Against Grimes, a 9.
I was
I'm like, oh, is he rolling like a D4? No, he's rolling a D10.
I'm rolling a D10.
That's a hit with a raise.
That's a hit,
technically.
specifically a hit with a raise.
Yeah. You know, I was about to suggest you keep rolling that die, but maybe not.
So, these things come up and they're like clamor, like they like skitter towards you and they like spring and jump, and they spring and jump and you like duck. You guys duck out of the way. For you though, this thing springs and jumps and you're like, ugh, and it grabs the bottom of your jaw and skitters down your throat.
But they're like
They're the size of
dog
dogs.
size.
I might have over exaggerated how big they are.
Because I was about to say it's like that.
Where are they like?
Bugs and Rhymes is
Where are they
dead.
the size of a teacup chihuahua?
I said like small. I meant like
Like a chomp.
with their legs spread out, they're like going to occupy about the space that a chihuahua
They
would
can-
occupy.
they can tuck it-
But it's like an uncomfortable, horrific, like gagging sensation for it to crawl down your throat. But this thing hooks on and crawls into.
Now,
Grimes'
this
throat.
time it grabs the poison.
Yeah.
A bigger one's in there now. Oh, God.
Of course, it's on the first round.
6 against you.
I have a toughness of 6. Oh, is
So
it's parry or
It's parry.
Parry 5. So
5. So it hits but without a raise. So it jumps and kind of lands on you, but it doesn't skitter into your mouth.
Okay.
It has to get a raise to do that.
Does it do damage?
It does not.
Okay.
These ones do not do any damage. They don't do any damage yet. And with that, whoever's after the jack.
It's the 10 who
Alright.
just got a bug down his throat.
Scream.
You're up.
Ah!
You want to pound some more alcohol?
I don't have any more. You
You
drank.
pounded all the alcohol.
She pounded all my goddamn good moonshine. And I'm really bitter about
Well,
it.
that bug doesn't know what it's getting into in that case. He's still got a whole bottle.
That's true. You know, for the sake of that, on your turn, roll a thing. Roll a
Alright,
thing.
let's see.
Oh, because I guess he
It's
still.
the stomach and goes.
I guess he still has a bottle of
There you go.
moonshine.
Yeah, I do. This is only like a minute ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was not very long ago at all.
So-
but its vigor roll is high enough that you feel like a horrific kind of crawling and clenching and moving inside your stomach, but you don't. It doesn't stop.
Grimes ain't gonna be hungry for a while. At least.
You don't take the gnarliest
That's on you.
shit.
You can force yourself to throw up or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to throw up.
Try and gag yourself.
Yeah.
Make a vigor.
Grimes is
Now-
Grimes is a professional alcoholic.
Now, he did also drink a whole bottle of moonshine, so maybe it should be easier.
No, he did
Throw
take
up.
that into account.
Well, he took
No,
it into
to
account.
throw up.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you
Roll me a vigor. Gag yourself. Roll me a vigor.
go. Two.
No,
Sorry.
3.
3. But do you have negatives from injuries?
Oh yeah.
one.
Yes.
So 1.
2.
You have 2 injuries.
I have 1 injury.
1 injury, 1 wound. So -1 down to 2. With that, you got, and you feel that this horrific retch and the smaller of the bug's corpses comes out of you.
Ah.
But you still feel a horrible churning in your stomach.
Give it a shot.
We can
It
shoot
is a
you.
very unpleasant experience.
We
Also,
shoot you in the
a lot
gut.
of booze, clear liquid around this thing comes up onto the cart in front of you. This is a horrific commission. I apologize. Hey, for everyone watching this, an hour and a half ago, trigger warning for people who are horrified of bugs.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh no. Oh no.
That's gonna be Grimes' turn.
2
Don't
weeks
take any
ago.
damage.
You got
Yeah.
My
Who
turn.
is after that? Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my, because I only have one arm, because I can't use my left arm anymore because I'm rashed up.
Yep.
So I'm gonna pull out my my bolt gun and I'm gonna shoot at the one that's right in front of me.
All right. You are going to be going against parry, not just the 4 because they are engaged.
Okay.
All these bugs are next to you guys now, unless you're shooting at the queen.
Okay, let's see.
Are you shooting at the one that's trying to crawl in your throat?
Yes.
Or the queen? Okay. What is it on the one?
It's a 3.
3 will not hit.
Damn.
Is that the end of the initiative or
Oh
no?
no, me.
No, we
What
got
do you
one
do?
more.
I'm going to try and rip this bug off me, I guess.
Okay. You can be like basically a melee attack
Melee
against
attack.
it.
Okay. So that is fighting, which is one of these. 6 explodes.
Nice.
So 7 total.
7 will hit. No
Okay.
raises.
No
But it will
raises.
hit.
So, this is where I get to use my new martial artist thing.
Mhm.
So I get a plus D4 to my unarmed damage.
So it's your strength die and a d4.
Okay, so that's a D6 and a D4.
Officer Mohan.
Officer Mohan, martial artist, professional bare knuckle boxer. 4. Does this explode?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's not a root.
So 6 total.
6 total will shake but not wound the bug.
Fair enough.
And with that, it's a fresh round. Discard pile.
Discard pile.
That card pile.
Discard
Pile
pile.
card pile.
Discard that card.
A 4.
Disney baloney.
Ooh, the ace.
Ace.
Not the ace of spades, but still.
What an ace.
A 6.
All that extra work.
I know. Baloney.
When am I ever gonna pull a joke?
Alright.
Aces first.
Aces first. What are you trying to do to deal with this bug in your gut?
We can shoot you.
I'm doing it again.
You're gonna try and gag yourself again?
Yeah.
Roll me a vigor.
Up, up. And you get -2.
Please.
Or -1.
Nice one.
That's 0.
Yeah, 0 total.
0 total. Well, no, you take the higher, but you're right. So
Yeah,
one
higher.
total.
Yeah, so minus. Did we say -2?
1 wound.
Oh yeah, so
Which is
1.
Just 1.
Minus
Sorry.
1. So you. No, this.
This is a good thing.
This is
You
a
want
good
to
thing.
roll badly.
You want to roll badly. This is your like innate ability to not throw up when you gag yourself. And the 1 was the 2 was enough to get the little one out, but 1 is enough. You're like you're like twirling your finger in your throat, and a horrific retching vomiting up. That's like you feel like pulling in terrible sensations up your esophagus, like something doesn't want to come out as you do it, and you throw this thing up onto the ground in front of you.
Grimes has been on so many drunken vendors. If anybody can get themselves to throw up, it's great.
It should be Grimes. That's gonna be your action for this round, though. Who's next?
Yeah.
7, 8.
Is it me?
8.
7 is what I've got.
There. So yeah. 8.
So whatever's before 7.
I swear to God, Harrison, if this just like jumps straight down Grimes' throat again.
So there's a
I'm hiding the dice over here. You can see what I'm rolling.
So there's a smaller bug like around.
There's one of the smaller bugs at each, next to each of you, and then the queen is still further back because it got shaken and wasn't able to move on its last turn.
I think I'm still going for the queen.
You gonna shoot at the queen? Okay.
Fair enough.
Oh, 12 explodes.
You
23.
23. At this range, she's still far back, so there's a 6 to hit, which is 17, so 4 raises.
Nice.
So you'll roll 4d6 that cannot explode, and then the base damage of your gun.
Okay, that's 9.
Sometimes I forget because Jeffress is like the nice old man of the group.
He's
that he is the like best shot and one of the best shots in the group too. That he's like this hardened criminal.
That is
perhaps.
a high enough number to write down.
It's an extra 8.
I rolled a 6, a 3, and a 6 and a 3. So if I roll another 6 and a 3, I'm gonna
Go.
Go to Vegas.
There's a 5 and a 3.
5 and a 3. Alright, so that is a 27.
27, yeah.
How do you kill the queen bug? How do you kill the queen bug?
Nice.
As it kind of like it got shot and it's kind of like skittering and like kind of its 2 large clawed fronts like kind of scratch its face and then it like winds back as it regathers itself to move forward and then
I say devil spawn, and I do the full whole like good technique, like William Money in Unforgiven at the end, like on a knee, shoot it right in the face,
right through the face, and it lets out like a.
Hey!
Twists over and its legs do that horrible curling in thing. Because of course they do.
Yeah, of course.
Who is it the 7 next?
I believe so.
So we got we'll start with the one that is shaken, which is one you were fighting, and it is going to attempt to
They
shake
just
itself.
don't
It does
automatically
not.
die when the queen
The
dies?
other one it does not.
Oh,
Unfortunately, this
shit.
is not that kind of video game. So it's gonna go around in a circle, but you won't have to take one because yours is still shaken. So for you, takes 4. Team, that's a hit with a raise. You have these same. This thing crawls up and you like fight, but these things like it's unnaturally strong and pulls your jaw down and starts crawling, and you just skid it down your throat. For Jeffress, what's your toughness? Or excuse me, your parry.
Parry 2.
2. It hits, but not with a raise. It got a 5. It barely got in yours too.
It's clawing at your cheek.
You?
What's
your
toughness?
Parry.
Oh, 2.
2?
It's with a raise, isn't it?
Nope. It's not. It's a 5 again.
Oh.
What is the toughness there?
Parry.
The
5.
parry. Parry's 5. Okay, 6 for you. So none of them are able to crawl down the throats. Very narrow. You're low.
It got hit.
Huh? It crawls out.
Just count.
The 2 of you got very lucky with having 2 parries and they both got 5s. So 1 crawls down poor Ed's throat. And then it'll be whoever's after the 7.
It's a 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of pull it off my face and like just try to blast it with my gun. With my.
It'll still be against its parry because it's the engaged range, but you can roll it. The engaged range, not engaged.
That's a 4.
Whatever it is.
That's a 4.
A 4 is not going to beat their parry. It's not hit.
Damn.
Who's next?
I have 4.
I have 5.
5.
This might be kind of a rules as written versus rules as intended argument here.
Okay.
If I use a teleport spell on myself, does the bug come with because it is technically like a living enemy? You know,
yeah.
I would let you
Willing
try and
creatures.
teleport it outside of you, but I wouldn't. If you teleport yourself, it'll come with you.
Okay.
It might be a little harder because you can't see it.
And it's harder because
Not willing.
It's not a willing
Forgot you were a
creature.
witch now.
So
Yeah.
I think it being a willing, like it being an enemy puts it at a +4. I should really have just pulled up the
This is how it goes.
Because I don't think I have that specifically written down, just the range.
How does this specific spell work in this exact scenario? Like,
You didn't prepare your teleportation spell to teleport horrific bugs out of you.
You know, after last recording, maybe I should have.
Probably.
Maybe I should have thought about that.
I've been playing Divinity 2 a little bit, and there's a glitch kind of thing you can do where with telekinesis, that if you hit someone with a telekinesis like object, it does damage based on the weight of the object.
You can make a full build just off of hitting people with barrels.
Exactly. And you just like nest a bunch of barrels inside of a chest that has infinite HP, and then you just slam it into people and kill them.
Yeah, you can.
That's a whole strategy,
It's just
right,
like,
which
yeah.
is stupid.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
I liked us just supercharging the ranger
incarnate?
summon.
Yeah.
So it's just this like little
The
imp,
incarnate.
and like everybody spends like 2 rounds just like buffing it with everything, and it's just this like giant
That was so much fun.
elementally charged
We should
enemy
play
that
some more
gets
of
to
that
make
game.
a
We should.
whole
It's tons of fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I can continue to play the lizard that everybody in the world hates.
I wonder if it has crossplay. I have it for the PC.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah,
It just depends if it's different servers.
Yeah.
But be fun.
Mechanically, it's
There we go.
competitive.
Here's powers.
I will continue to play Summoner because it's just in a group setting. It's just the funnest fun for me to play.
It is.
Summoner,
It is.
Necromancer, Hybrid.
It really does nail a lot of the like D&D just just even with the like, all right, you talk to him and I'll pick his pockets, and just like stealing everything from the store.
So, tell us that.
And then if you're in the store, you can just watch his stuff disappear. And then you all have to get away before he figures it out. Teleport foe is just makes it harder by 2.
Okay. I'll say you can do it with that to increase difficulty of 2.
Okay, so it has to
Explode.
oh yeah, I mean it has to explode. Then I have no skill in it, so
Okay, go here.
D6 minus 2. That's what we're doing.
Well, D6 and D4 minus 4, right? Because it's 2 harder.
Yeah.
And you don't have any ranks technically
It
yet.
has to hit a 6 or just however you want it.
Well, but it has to be a 4 in order to be successful, so it has to get an 8. 4 explodes.
Ooh, one more 4. 7!
I still have yet to successfully do any magic. None of that.
No.
I lose the power points.
I believe I'm up next.
Yep.
I'm gonna fucking stomp this bug.
It is shaken.
Let's try to stir it. Fiver.
Does not beat it.
Damn. What the
Wait,
hell
does he get any bonus for it being shaken?
No.
No.
No,
Just makes it easier to
yeah.
wound it.
Yeah, what the hell is this thing's parrying if it's...
These things have very...
Hide.
They have
fighting.
D10 of fighting.
Yeah.
They're very skittery and quick. Is that a new round?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pull in
Who's
a
still
card.
got the deck of cards?
Oh, it's right here.
Just take the top one off. I wanted it to be your fault. That's a 2! I should have let you pull it. You pull like shit. You're always like...
Gee, I'm glad it was your fault.
Hey, oh, King.
Top of the deck's been feeding good.
King of the castle. King of the castle.
Nope. Nah, it ruined it.
For you, Jerry.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, sorry.
I'm going for the middle. I'm gonna shake it up. Gotta shake it up a little bit.
So it's a 3 versus...
A 4!
Both beat a 2!
Hey! Alright, King of the Castle, what do you
King of
do?
the castle.
You still got a bug in you?
Yeah.
You try to
He's gonna shoot shit.
Yep. I know, I'm gonna shove my fist.
See, Grimes knows exactly what
Grimes is coming over with the finger forward. He's stopping Grimes.
It's not my turn. I don't think.
Well, you
like,
can. Are you resisting
resist.
Grimes?
Do you resist?
I know where that finger's been.
This is the same finger that just gagged Grimes and made him throw up twice.
I'm fighting it. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so I want you guys to do some opposed.
Finger rolls.
No, it'll be. You will do like a strength, I believe, and you can do either a strength or an agility against it.
My strength is very bad.
My strength is very bad too. This was a straight strength 5 at I'd lose, but I can use. Well, you know, that's.
A tree.
It ties.
Oh,
Reroll.
alright. Another tree. Alright, here we go. Ah,
You want to spend a bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend a video.
Roll it.
roll it.
It's still against my.
Four.
Explodes.
You managed. You're like.
Now you roll me a vigor.
Well, that's still a.
It's a decent.
Oh no! Yeah, the vigor's a d6. So.
Are you able to add your wild die to this? Can't you only add your wild die to one? Is that so?
This vigor is a different roll.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. If you're like in games with auto fire, or if you're using like the fan the hammer rolls, you only get to add the wild die to one of those attacks. There's also like kind of like frenzied attack or whatever, which is for melee.
Oh, 6 explodes. 6 explodes.
6, 6, and 5. So
It's disgusting, but you do not throw up the bug. Grimes twirls his finger in your throat, and it is horrific.
Just shoot me.
Who's next?
The queen.
It's the queen.
I will continue to try to stop this bug.
All right.
I did all I could.
Tenor.
Tenor will hit with no raise.
Okay. So then I get to do this and that.
Still shaking. So you got it.
6 explodes. 12.
You squash the bug, it dies. It's dead.
Man, investing in that martial arts.
Worthwhile.
Really
for
yeah.
Punchy Man Mohan. Who's next?
It's our aider.
Hey.
I've got just enough PowerPoints left. Actually, no, I've got that didn't use 3 PowerPoints. It used 2 because. Cool. I've got enough. I've got PowerPoints to try again.
Try and teleport this bug at you. Roll it. One more.
Are you trying to teleport it while Grimes' finger's still down your throat?
Not that bad.
No.
That was the end of my turn. I pulled out.
Who's next?
Which 4 is it? It's a 4 of hearts versus 4
Spades.
clubs.
So
Oh, spades. I keep thinking it's clubs.
I thought it was close.
So it's
Yeah, it's
hearts.
Yes. I say. Oh, I
Eight
thought you were
before
saying
S.
spades is going.
before S, except after. Right. Go.
So it's just the little dudes.
That's just the little bugs left.
Almost.
One is dead, one is inside Ed, and the other one's dead, one's inside Ed, and the other 3 are scattered about.
One's on your
One's
face,
on you.
one's on my
One's
face.
trying to get inside you.
Okay.
One's trying to get inside him. One's trying to get inside Grimes. Like,
Smashy smash.
A fighting roll.
you're gonna fight?
Yeah.
All right,
He's
roll
gonna-
fighting.
Which is not gonna go well,
But, you know.
You can shoot it, even though it's like it'll be harder to hit.
Oh, you
but-
should try and shoot it.
Actually, I probably have
I-
better luck.
Either way, you're facing its parry, so you might as well use what you're better at.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a better
I
chance
will
of
try
shooting it than you do punching it.
6 explodes.
9.
Hits with no raise. Roll your damage.
6 explodes.
11, 12.
You kind of press the gun up against this one crawling up you and fire, and it sprays guts along the side of your face, but it is exploded. Dead as hail.
Exploded.
Deadeye Jeffers over here.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm taking another shot.
Okay.
That's a 5.
5 will not hit.
Damn it!
Not against the parry. Okay, alright, next. There's one inside of you. It's crawling around. That doesn't feel nice. The other 2 of you that have one trying to get. Oh, if this gets inside Grimes again, it's gonna be so bad.
I was not focused.
4, so that's
no.
no on you, and then for Grimes, a 1!
Hey.
It did not get inside of you.
It's confused as hell as to where it is.
It's still shaking off the
bile.
thrown up bile and moonshine.
We're gonna be coming down,
first round.
and we're gonna come down, and these workers are gonna be super confused as to what happened. Throw up over here, a bunch of dead bug carcasses.
Viper.
It ate her.
I hardly know her.
8. Almost. That's what I'll call you.
An ace.
Oh.
I always beat you by 1.
Hey!
Double his range damage.
Double.
His range.
Oh yeah, you got that edge, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty spicy. I assume you want to go first?
It's
Yes.
Jeffers does have a crit fishing build for
Yes.
sure. Super high shooting.
It doubles.
draw.
So just
doubles
doubles.
damage?
So
Is it double damage or is it double?
So you get a
Yeah.
+2 to all rolls to hit and damage,
Okay.
and if you hit, your damage is doubled for ranged attacks because of the
Yeah.
edge that you have.
Nice.
Dang, I'm wasting this on a tiny little bug.
That's not a waste if it's trying to crawl in your friend's throat.
But
So are you going for the one? Are you trying to shoot it out of Ed's stomach, or are you trying to shoot one of the two? Either going for Grimes or the professor. I assume either. Are you shooting at the one at Grimes or the professor? Or you want to shoot at Ed?
Shoot Ed right in the face.
Shoot me!
And you
I'm
just
going for Grimes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
You
going
didn't say the bug going for Grimes. Shame.
Hey, you didn't say the bug.
Just shoots Grimes again.
Yeah.
No, shoot me!
Okay.
I better have a
Snake
really
Eye.
cool vampire name like.
That's an 11.
Okay,
That
11.
was 13.
Dead fingers.
Dead fingers.
13.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's gonna definitely hit. It's against a 4, so that hits with a raise
Great.
because you're not engaged.
So
with
that's a
that.
5er.
Does it hit with, it hits with 2 raises technically, right?
that
It's a
is-
13.
12.
It's a 3rd. Yes. For some reason, I thought it was an 11.
It's an 11 on
five.
the dice, but it's
So I have 5.
2.
So you have 12. You have 12.
Okay, that's 12 plus 5. 17
Plus 2.
Plus
Plus
2,
two.
19.
times 2.
It's
20.
38.
That's,
Yeah,
that's
38.
wrong in the history.
Bam.
I think that's our new highest damage. I think you win. I think you're the high score.
Wait, you said I get another raise? Just the one.
It dies.
It is with 2
Either
raises, technically.
it's clear it's dead.
Wait, I
but-
gotta know.
Right.
That's another
That's-
10 damage.
40. This bug is not. There's not even guts left.
Hey, thanks.
All right, it's the ace.
Ace after that.
Hey.
Okay, I'm gonna try one more
So there's the
time.
one that's still up fighting the professor.
Yeah.
So you still have to face its parry because it's still up in your business.
Nope.
Still a 3.
So he still misses.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna spend it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try this one more time.
Oh, it's fine. That's fine. But
There's an 8 right there.
That's a pretty good start.
So it's an 8.
An 8 will hit with no raises.
Okay, so
So just your regular damage. Regular damage.
it's 8.
8. That is just enough to kill this bug.
Thank God.
Hey. Who's next?
It only took me 3 shots.
Okay.
King.
ding.
This is my last attempt at teleportation. Now I only have 1 power point left, which isn't enough to do anything.
If you don't pass this, I'm coming for you.
Oh.
4 explodes? 4 explodes?
No, it's
No, it's a
Oh,
one,
it looked
but
like a
he's
4
got-
triangle. I was like, there's a chance!
I'll penny that.
Alright.
We've got 3 pennies.
Got 3 minis.
We've got 3 pennies. It's the
People
beginning.
struggle
It's
to
the end of the
brand
combat, but the beginning of the session. So,
What?
what could go wrong the rest of the time? Of course. 4 explodes.
More
There's a
4,
chance.
One more 4.
There's a
Hey!
Hey,
That's 11 minus 4.
4 is enough to successfully teleport this. So
I-
what does it describe to me? What happened? What they all see?
I mean, they can't, I guess, see what it looks like when it vanishes, but I'm just gonna teleport it the full, like, 24 yards straight up.
Okay.
Which I guess nobody can, like, probably see.
So
It's turn.
what does it look like? What is the motion? What's the
I
gesture?
think,
look
I don't
like
know if there's
casting spell?
necessarily, like, there's not necessarily, like, a flash of light, but I think there's kind of, like, there's, like,
There's a pop.
yeah, there's
Gurgling
smoke
sound.
and like there is like there's definitely like a noise.
Okay.
Like it's like something has happened, and like I probably just look really relieved, and a couple seconds later, a bunch just comes falling out of the sky.
And when it lands, it splats and is dead.
Nice.
These are
just
scrawny
shake
little
your
bugs. They're just
pants.
shifty little bugs.
That looks like that bug fell off the line.
You're out of initiative.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Hey.
Jesus Christ.
Hey.
You killed the fuck no bugs.
Well, some of them at least we should probably clean up.
Probably, yeah.
For the sake of kind of trying to clean up the pieces up here.
Oh, I ain't cleaning shit.
I know, I mean like to kill the remaining bugs.
Oh.
Go ahead and everyone roll me a perception.
Perception.
You mean a notice?
A notice.
Oh, a notice.
Whoa! 6s
Grab two.
explode. Two
That's
6s followed by 2 2s.
That's a 4.
I have a 2 a notice. And
So it's
2.
2d6.
I got fish.
Hey, no matter how you, no matter which of the two dice
Oh,
lines
6
you
explodes. 6 explodes.
So 12.
13.
Grimes.
What's the lowest?
Oh, yeah, 12. Yeah.
I had a 7.
6.
What'd you have, Bogus?
4.
Alright.
12.
Every single one of you is successful. You feel confident after a while of walking around and stomping on individual tiny bugs that, unless there's a tiny one tucked away hiding somewhere that you just cannot find, that this place is cleared out of these bugs. There's no more of the bigger ones, and you find a few scattering of the little ones, but they seem to kind of gravitate towards the corpse of the queen, and you're able to stomp them out.
Alright.
When it's an individual one of them, it's more of a stomp and less of like, Jesus
fucking Christ. Alright, well, hey, Jeffers, help me load this big one up in the gondola and let's get the hell out of here.
It's
Where's the reminder?
Are we sure?
Some
Are we sure? Are we sure we have
So
Jeffords and
nasty.
not Tobaku?
Yep. So, we'll load up and head back down. Mission accomplished. Wait, I guess this assumes like we went into the mine a little bit and looked around and
yeah,
made sure.
and like I said, like you can tell that there's some sort of these little ones literally are like gravitate towards the dead body, so you feel like being as good at spotting as you all were and waiting, you're able to squash them.
Okay.
You can do a little brief move through of the.
I just don't want the classic. And little did they know, deep within the dark bowels of the mine.
They did not delve nearly deep nor greedily enough. You
saw the
feel
fuck you bugs.
confident that you've solved the problem.
It's just these are one of those things where if one of them escapes, you end up with a whole xenomorph infestation.
Yeah.
Oh.
No thanks.
Yeah.
Alright, well, yeah, let's load up on the gondola and head
You're
back.
taking the big corpse back
I'm taking
with
the
you?
big corpse.
Yeah.
I need them to know exactly what we had to deal with and why we look like we just went through hell.
Apart from the fact that this is the first time I've successfully done magic, this is the second worst day of my life.
Hey, you think you've got it bad? I developed an allergy to whatever bugs these are, and I can't use my left arm. And I got a twitch.
Well, some else. Hello, old timer.
I'm pretty sure he had that on Twitch before. He doesn't look any more untrustworthy to me than he used to.
Hey! I let you shoot me. Remember that.
It doesn't make him seem any less
Not at all. Not at all.
Hey! It makes me more trustworthy because I'm willing to let you guys kill me if necessary. Okay, I just want that to be out there.
All right, you guys head back down the gondola. Are you just like, what are you doing with the corpse of this thing?
I'm showing it to the foreman.
You're dragging it up into his
Yep.
his little shack. So you go up to the door. So you're like,
We hold it up. We stand on either side of the door.
and then you open the door, saying, "Jesus Christ!" And then a gunshot fires and shoots through the dead body of this, and then 5 more.
I assume we don't actually.
No, that'd be terrible.
You're dragging it in there.
Right.
He is. What in the Mary Mother goddamn is that?
We found your goddamn problem up there.
Y'all look like what the?
There were a lot of them.
Are there any more?
I don't think so.
Well, thank y'all kindly.
Yeah. I expect you send a nicely worded letter to my superiors.
What? Nah.
What can you give me now as a reward?
I think we all need some whiskey. Thank you.
You've certainly earned that much. first, please get this thing out of here. I don't want to look at it no more. Secondly, y'all are welcome to as much whiskey as y'all want to drink.
I go and grab like 2 bottles for myself.
It was down at the saloon, I assume.
There's not a saloon. This is like out in the field. They've got like rations, stockpile, and he's like, go get a bottle from the each.
Yes, I will absolutely take a bottle.
I grab 2 of them and just hold up the middle
For me
finger.
as well.
I'm definitely polishing off that bottle before I fall asleep.
Hey, I've got a permanent eye twitch.
You folk just feel free to. It's kind of getting later. You folk feel free to stay here tonight. I'm sure the fellers here happily let you bunk up and please get that thing out of here. Did it just twitch?
Just like that, I pull out my bolt and I just fire 2 more rounds into it. Not anymore.
Over.
He just sees this old man with a twitch in his eye.
This man's seen something. What I just saw, I think I got twitching my eye.
Well, anymore, old man Bogus has got one eye on what's going on and one eye on what's going on over there.
He's always looking up.
I like it like this because I can see my enemies coming from whatever direction.
You're like a little chameleon.
I just need the ability to camouflage with wherever I'm at, so then it just really
You can make yourself an invention.
I can.
So I assume you guys are going to have a night of drunken debauchery and, well, not really drunken debauchery, of drinking your sorrows away.
Yeah.
You are well celebrated by all the miners here. They appreciate you very much for what you've done. And a couple of pretty unhinged, they're all men.
They're all men.
I think you've got one She-Hulk looking motherfucker.
Nope, no such luck. You don't find, well, you want to get a fucking mining pick in the forehead next? You debaucherous son of a bitch. So, a night of drinking and them celebrating you. The next morning, the foreman is going to give you $200.
Nice.
To divvy up however you see fit. He
$200.
says, he basically says, I took this in your pocket and not talk too much about it because it's the week's worth of wages these fellas didn't just get. Thank you kindly.
Wow. That's called capitals.
And I assume you folks are...
$40 a piece.
Yeah.
Well, what's $100 if I just
You know, it's...
I mean,
I paid $50 of your debts.
I know. I'm
So...
Yeah, $40 a piece.
I'd help build a fence with you, buddy.
While trying to seduce his wife.
I do that to every lady.
Hang on. It's really not
While
his...
trying to seduce Jimmy Mohan's wife.
I still think it's
Listen,
his
for
wife.
all intents and purposes, my wife. Until Jimmy Mohan shows up to give it.
Hey Jerry, will you quickly say Jimmy's wife for me? But you know exactly what I mean.
Okay, hang on. I gotta not smile because I can't do it when I'm smiling. Jimmy's wife. Jimmy's wife so hot.
Thank you. Moving on.
Yes, moving on.
You all load up and ride back to town, I assume?
Yes.
If I spend another night out here, that's for goddamn.
The moment we get back to town, I'm going to a doctor.
Okay?
Me too.
Okay?
Yeah, I think we all could use some rest and recuperation.
Alright.
Apart from mentally, I feel fine.
You're unhinged mentally. So, I assume you're going to report back to Raven, who, I mean...
Yeah. Does anybody here have any, like, drawing skills? Is that, like, a skill? Like, how does that...
Sure it is. You got it?
No.
I was just thinking of doing, like, a sketch.
Someone
of
convinced me that you're good at drawing.
Hey, well, Professor Bogus is an academic,
All the
so he
beautiful
might be
eyes.
good at drawing schematic. Like
You ask for a drawing of the bug. You get a blueprint of the bug and a naked booby drawing. But the blueprint's fairly accurate.
I'll send the blueprint.
So is the movie.
The boobies are photorealistic.
it's just a stick figure with boobs,
There's
like the W.
A stick figure with photorealistic
wait.
boobs.
Now you're
No,
wrong.
don't.
we're already not monetized, but don't demonetize our non-monetized.
I was gonna
games.
show our viewers. Not just for me.
This is for personal use.
I guess you're right.
That's what Mohan mumbles to himself as he puts it in his pocket.
I can't show this to the governor. I'm keeping it.
So you're gonna go to the governor, show him that picture, and
Holy fucking shit.
well, I appreciate you for solving this problem. I believe that my associate Moth that I mentioned previously is, from my most recent correspondence, is working on tracking down some more leads about our mystery killer. At the moment, apart from that, I don't have any work for you at the moment. Until he can give us something a little more concrete to work on. Right. Take some time, recover.
Why are you tushing
Take a
like
break.
that, Mohan?
Sorry. There's inspiration. You know what?
Take a Betty back.
Take a Betty back. That's what we call roleplay right there.
Whether as the two game masters of this channel, Jackson and I have conferred and decided that whether the rules allow it or not, you get a Betty
back for that. Well done.
Keep the good one.
Why are you touching me like
Something
that?
like that, Mohan. All right, and with that, so you guys will have some downtime here.
Sounds good.
No spousal arguments on our YouTube channel. So you guys, what are you doing? We'll say you guys have about like a week of downtime, I assume.
I'm going to the doctor and spending my entire week there.
Okay.
So
Rest on recovering at the doctor's.
I'm gonna buddy up with
Okay. Anyone else recovering at the doctor's?
I don't have any wounds.
I don't think anybody else took any wounds.
I'd like
The
to.
nice thing is most of these bugs don't wound you too much.
I'd like to
Just
start
try to calm down.
because we've got a very useful monster hunting manual, and now we are constantly running into things that are not in our very useful monster hunting manual.
You can add it to the Monster Hunter menu.
I want to, or like start a second edition.
Yes.
Okay.
Essentially, like with Ed's limited writing ability.
Alright.
And probably even more limited spelling ability.
Is Ed just gonna end up coming to the professor to have him write this as she talks about it?
No, because you won't believe it.
You won't believe it. I won't believe it, but I'll still write it because
even, like-
academics.
Or like as like a group effort, but like my
I'd say
my
if
like
you-
curse breaking ritual.
Yeah, the three of us could get together and do
The
that.
like
If you
Like,
spend
some
$5,
witchy
you can
bitchy
get
bullshit.
a nice, full, like empty tome, pretty heavy duty cover and stuff that you can start recording this down in, as well as some writing supplies for.
as well as even just like kind of suspecting witchcraft with the kid in Dodgerton.
Okay.
As far as just like we should probably just like any like mysterious shit like that we run into, let's just write it down for future generations. That way, if we ever do a campaign set in the modern day version of this world or something,
It could be a cursed magic item that you find.
Yeah.
Jefford's still around because he's just a billion years old now.
Anything? Okay, so anything else you guys are doing during your downtime? Anything specific?
Me, the professor, having a slumber party.
No, I think
No, the professor's just pissed because he's just like, I can't use my left
I'll
arm.
start writing that account.
Professor, what are you doing about it now?
It's Sunday.
This is Sunday.
It's Sunday.
I'm gonna attempt to go to church.
Go ahead and roll it.
Yeah, I'll go to church.
What were we doing there? It was just
Roll the spirit.
Oh,
Thinking
spirit.
about them bugs. Praying the bugs away.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the church I'm in now. Which is why I sit by the door.
That's bad.
That makes sense.
You're able to get your way
Be
into
like,
that church.
please,
Nice.
don't
Not
burn this
easy,
church
but you're
down.
able to do it.
Why I'm in it. Amen.
Even though it's what I would deserve for burning a church down.
Probably. Good.
With my brother.
That's kind of the thing.
He was a
I feel like. Yeah.
Sounds like
I feel like it balances out.
It's
you're
a nice
kind
sermon.
of a criminal, Ed.
Uplift.
We can solve the.
Not a real fire and brimstone one, more of a
We can solve the old.
hope and salvation.
We could solve the old transfiguration argument.
Does communion wine
Does
really
communion
turn
kind
into
of
blood?
actually turn into blood or not? We could prove the Catholics wrong right now.
Am I ready to take a stance on this publicly? Yes, I am. It's just wine. It's just wine. You drink it, it's just wine.
And it's awful wine. It's like
It's cheap wine.
I'm sure it's just awful to me. Drank them all together.
To you, it tastes very plain, very bland. And you get a little hungry during this downtime, that's for sure. Awful hungry.
I'm hungry. I can't remember. You're any sort of like
Is there a homeless man he can just eat?
recently dead people.
Not that we're
Possibility.
Not that you're responsible for any time recently in this town.
We ain't shot
your magic voodoo
we ain't
powers
shot
so we
it.
can forget you.
We ain't shot anybody in Confluence City in months.
Weeks, months, maybe.
I will
Well, we were at
not
Confluence,
eat
those
anybody.
Not even finding the city morgue or anything.
you can go see that one guy that
Talk to Raven.
creeped me the fuck out.
No, Spindly Norman.
Yeah.
You could probably talk to the governor. He might have like.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Be like,
You can go talk to
hey,
Raven?
buddy, fellow.
Yeah.
You tell her how you've had a hard time.
My mentor.
Parasite.
Yeah.
You'll go talk to him? Hey.
I'll
You'll be
tell
let
him.
in by his large heavy. And you're asking him if you, like, what are you asking him? What are you asking him?
I reckon.
There you go.
Reckon I need some advice on my recent
That's good.
evolution.
He'll say,
You believe in that?
what exactly, Governor Herman Lancaster, will say, what exactly are you looking for advice? What do you need help with?
Now, I ain't too keen to feeding off the living. How do you normally?
If you're needing a feeding while you're here, I can help. My recommendation is have good people in your corner. And you see him kind of turn over to Jasper Yates, his like right-hand man, the large, pale, bald man. He gestures for him to come over, and you see Jasper come over and pull up a sleeve, revealing a fairly heavily scarred arm, and bleed himself into a cup for you.
Oh, I was about to say, drug user.
And he bleeds himself a little way, like makes a small cut and bleeds it out a little ways into the thing, bandages it up, and then leaves the room. And the governor slides this cup over to you.
Don't do that with this guy.
Well, reckon I can try to figure something out. Appreciate it again.
Would that even work with me?
But so you're not drinking? What he's
Oh, I will-
offering? He's offering.
Oh
this to
yeah,
you
I
now.
will drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he says, people that want the best for you and that you take good care of are willing to do an awful lot to help you out as well.
He walks up to Grimes. Grimes, I need you.
Why am I always the damn guinea pig in this?
I'll give you $5 if you let me suck your blood.
Bleed into this cup here for me. Hell, with the amount of alcohol Grimes drinks, you might get drunk off
I
of
remember
it.
what it's like to be drunk. Been a long time. All right. Well, I'll thank the governor for his time.
Okay.
It already spooks me. I'm not gonna do that shit.
He's the only one who doesn't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you don't
Yeah,
really
I don't
believe.
know.
I don't believe it,
yeah,
but
Professor doesn't believe. He does know, but he doesn't.
You're like, don't tell the boy.
Hmm.
I am the boy.
I am.
It's
I
me.
am the boy.
That
The
boy.
boy.
And now you know how the governor feels.
Interesting. I'm gonna go talk to the old corporal.
Okay.
Howdy.
Corporal. They have a. You seem to be a strangely resilient man.
That would be accurate.
I was wondering if you'd supply me a little bit of your vitality. I get awful hungry. Can't eat regular food no more.
I'm pretty nonplussed.
I've seen weird shit the past couple months.
Yeah. I'll give it a shot. I don't know. It was very much like, I'm just gonna test this one out real quick.
So are you going to like kind of cut and bleed yourself a little bit? Are you going to drink it?
Yeah.
It's somewhere in between animal blood and the fresh human blood you just drank. This blood, it's not the blood of an animal. It's the blood of a human, and so it has the kind of satiating feeling, the like I'm actually kind of full and is actually like, but it doesn't have the flavor. It doesn't have any life to it when you drink it. It seems to be a oatmeal of.
That is exactly
oatmeal. It is a no brown sugar added. It is a oatmeal of blood. It's you think that it would be functional to keep you alive, but it doesn't have any of the flavor or like satisfaction of a meal to it.
That just makes me think Mohan's somewhere between animal and man, which makes me think it's the soul of Mohan's loyal hot dog that was also shot by Frankie Two Guns, but it got to come back.
Convergence of soul.
Frankie Two Guns is in Mohan's dog's body.
I try not to be too burdensome on you, but
I think I
times I can need it.
I think that's something I can handle.
Freaking can.
I probably got enough scars anyway.
Alright.
I reckon. Alright. Well, that's one problem checked off.
Should you check in with your other boss and let him know you're back in town?
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll ring up Captain Fox.
Okay. If you are you going there, I assume. They'll allow you back to his office, of course. Walking in there.
Well, the company for obvious reasons.
Right.
I'll be Mohan. Everything sorted?
Yes, sir.
Everything sorted? Your wife know you're alive?
Yep. I've got my
very least.
I've got my paychecks headed to her, so she'll be well taken care of.
Good man.
So I'll have to stop in whenever I need for your money.
Well, we'll try and sort you with some. Speaking of, not necessarily speaking of which, but
You want a beer?
always. There's a lady from the university in town was looking for you. She asked whenever you're back in town to send word. She had something she needed to speak with you about.
Did you get her name?
Her name, shit, Professor something or other. It's Grace something.
Okay.
There's one beer left
Well,
there, too.
I'll look her up.
If you stay put here, I can send word.
Oh,
Have come say hi.
sounds fine to me.
Oh no.
What are you worried about? And he'll send word after a little bit of time. Walking into the office, you'll see a lady who looks like she's middle-aged. Her hair is cut short. She has a pair of spectacles on. She wears a fairly, like, if you were to glance at her, you would think her more a, like, feminine-looking man than a woman. She seems to carry herself and dress very masculine. And she's going to walk in and seeing you, like, kind of like her shoulders seem to almost like relax and be like, "Are you Corporal Mohan?"
Yes, that's me.
I have a question for you. I've heard some talk that you've been traveling with a fella, a Professor Bogus.
I know.
Well, I'm afraid, you see, well, maybe reading this will help explain.
Wanted, alive. Alfonso Lopez, alias Professor Bogus. Wanted for the destruction of private property of an estimated value of over $3,000.
Sounds about right.
And for the failure to arrive to trial. The Confluence City Academy of Mathematics and Sciences is offering a $500 reward for the capture and delivery of Alfonso Lopez to the local Rangers headquarters. The Confluence City Academy of Mathematics and Sciences is offering a $50 reward for information directly leading to the capture of Alfonso Lopez by local law enforcement. Authorized by Captain Moses Fox, Texas Rangers, Confluence City, Colorado.
Lopez.
So 500.
I think we're at like $2,000 now.
I think I can pretty easily.
I think you're up to 23.
Guys, let me see the water poster.
No, I'm doing math.
500.
We're at 2,300.
Yeah, 2,300. If I bring you all in alive.
But you're gonna have to haul me all the way to Louisiana.
Yeah.
What a bogus crime. A failure to arrive to trial.
I don't need anything.
He says, now, it's my understanding that you and this, and Alfonso are associates?
I'd say in a manner of speaking, he's helped me with a couple of jobs. I had no idea that he was wanted.
Well, now, look, he's not the kind of criminal running around murdering folk. He just...
Only she knew.
We did shoot that one mayor that did.
He's one of them fellers that's, he's got a mind that's kind of
Screw loose.
loosely put together. Exactly. He's clever. He's intelligent. He's just not
Crazy.
too bright. Yeah.
He has terrible social cues.
He, in some of his experimentations at our university, caused a great deal of damage, and then went AWOL, and we haven't seen him since. He was supposed to arrive to trial and did not do so. We were reasonable. We don't want the man hunted down and killed, but he kind of has to answer for what he did. You have any idea where he's at? We don't mean him any harm. I mean, we wanted. That's why the bounty we strung together to get him back here was wanted alive.
I'm gonna need a charisma check from Bogus.
Oh shit.
The next 2 sessions are just Professor Bogus doing community service.
Bogus on trial.
The Bogus trial.
The bogus
Oh,
child.
more explodes.
Devils of the West. The bogus child.
That is that's a 4. Because -2.
Is that with your eye twitch? Is that the -2?
No, because I don't have I don't have any charisma.
Well, I think it's another -1 on all your charisma checks for your eye twitch.
So that's a 3.
Yeah, like it's like,
a 3.
yeah.
I think about
Awesome.
Bogus as he was a couple of weeks ago, like crazy, nice old man. But then it like cuts to like the unhinged, like twitching as he comes down and this.
I'll let you shoot me.
I'll let you shoot me. Remember that.
He's currently recovering from a
You son of a bitch.
adventure at the. I rolled to see like how for the loyalty, and I got like 54, like literally on the dime. So I'm like, all right, well let's see how charismatic Bogus is.
Bogus has the eye twitch. He's already like.
All right.
I tell them that he's recovering at a doctor's office here in town.
He says, "Are you done?"
If I can bring him in myself, I'll do so. I wouldn't want some stranger showing up and hassling him.
We certainly won't circulate the information around town or anything. He's part of your. Is he a deputy? Is he part of your posse?
I tend to run a little more loosely with my posse. As people are able to help me out, I don't really like to form anything too formal.
Do you have what sort of posse exactly do you have?
Criminals mostly.
Hey, we did go hunt a bounty. I'm just saying, and we also uprooted an evil mayor who was doing science
You
experiments
guys
on
are
them.
regular heroes.
Mostly, I keep a tracker and a couple of gunmen just for personal protection, and then I find that that's a good skill set. Bogus was helping me in a professional capacity.
Look, I don't know if you owe Alfonso any favors, but if you're willing to help clear up his debt to the university, we could make this poster's circulation cease, certainly. And
How much does Professor owe? Is the
Alfonso
question.
no longer is a wanted man in the Azure.
Sure. What would that?
Well, it's estimated.
So,
You
Professor,
guys, for the sake of everyone hearing what's going on, please. Well, we got a bit of an expedition coming up. Something up country a little ways that, well, some students of the university have discovered, or one specifically, and we were going to kind of get a closer look, but it's in a rather rough and dangerous part of country, and having a bit of accompaniment to keep us all safe would be much appreciated.
No. Well, with that in mind,
Couple weeks journey, likely.
with that in mind, Bogus wouldn't even need to know that we're covering his debts until it's all done.
Once he sees me, he'll
You
know that
personal capacity. I see.
it's best you tell him before so he doesn't bolt.
Fair. Literally. Okay. Yep. That seems entirely agreeable. I'm sure. Speaking from a colleague's perspective, I do appreciate you looking out for him.
Of course, like I said, means well, just
Crazy. Right. I'll go.
yeah, crazy.
Yeah. I'll go give him the news.
Okay.
So you see me? I guess you see me walk into the doctor's office.
Oh, youngin, how are you?
What is the conversation happening as Mohan walks in? Well, before you walk into what's happening as Mohan
Yeah,
walks in.
what's Grimes saying to
What is
Professor?
you
Because
doing as Mohan walks?
my arm's still in a sling because I'm trying to just.
Professor, what you mean tell me is
Why are you touching me there?
I got a butthole's shape of starfish.
Yes, Grimes, that's what I'm telling you. Oh, youngin, please come in.
Please come in.
Mohan, what's your deepest darkest secret?
Well, I'll get to you later, perhaps.
Yes, silver part.
Professor, I've got some good news and some bad news.
What?
The good news is it's all handled, and we're gonna get it all cleared up just fine.
What?
Bad news is your little escapades have made their way to my attention.
Oh, here, let me see that.
No.
Well, read it to me. I can't read from that far.
Basically, you're going to be paying some community service to the university with our help.
Oh, the university contacted you. How'd that conversation go?
We're going to help them with a problem, and they're not going to throw you in jail.
What?
Yes.
Huh?
Yep.
What?
You aren't going to jail because you owe $3,000 to the university.
No, that's hogwash. They paid me to figure out that project and it went to hell. That's on them. I didn't do nothing.
Well,
I was falsely accused of blowing up the town. Out of character moment. No, he wasn't. This was totally.
well, the universe. Well, then we can clear that up with a trial.
Do you want to go to trial? Or do you
So what does this community service entail?
Yes. As I suspected. We'll be accompanying them on an expedition to a recently discovered site.
What did they discover?
Well, they didn't exactly tell me that, did they?
Who brought this to your attention? I know if they're traveling with.
Professor Grace.
And you would know Professor Grace Crosby, the only female professor on staff at the university, and one of your previous colleagues, is known to be a very, kind and honest, but a bit of a, hard-ass stickler as well. And, she's someone who's nice, but the students of the university are always like, I want Professor Crosby's class because she'll teach you more than anybody else, but I'm gonna have to work real hard in her class or I'm gonna flunk out of this fucking school.
Professor Grace. Nice young ladies. Very smart. Kind of a hard ass, though.
Well, you should be glad because you're throwing yourself on her mercy. Otherwise, I'd turn you in for the bounty and send it home.
Hey, if I'm getting turned in for the bounty, I'm turning in this one right here.
she really have an ass of steel or what?
You know what, Grimes? Why don't you go for it, and we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. Grimes, I'm a married man.
You guys are no fun.
Listen, I've seen some shit recently. I ain't got time for fun. Well, when are we leaving?
End of the week once you all are recovered.
Fair enough.
And with that, assume you guys are going to finish a week's rest. Two of you go ahead and roll me some vigor rolls to recover your wounds. You will have a +2 to them from spending the entire week at this medical facility. That is, you still have to account for your injuries.
Right.
So you have 1 injury, right? So it'll be a total of +1 on whatever this roll is.
So 5.
Which means you recover your 1 wound.
There you go.
So I have 2 wounds.
So it'll be +0 on this. It's just
Okay,
a
so
straight
that's a
vigor.
7.
7 will be 1 of your wounds back.
Can I use my left arm again, or is it still?
We'll say, yeah, you can get your injury back.
It's been here
No, that's
for
a
so
permanent
long
thing.
that I
Like
can't
The
really
twitchy
say.
eye is a fear effect. That's a permanent. That is a permanent.
I can
thing.
never lose the twitch eye.
And with that, I think that's what we're going to call this episode of Devils of the West. Good work finishing off the bugs, everybody, and good little week of downtime. And next up, off on an expedition to clear up old Alfonso's glowing name. Hope y'all enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Hey, I want to get technical here. I've done like 3,000 plus hours of community.